Hello and welcome to Breaking Bread with Rivaaj Maharaj, where nothing is off the table. For today's episode, I want to talk about the breaking news coming out of Reza Pahlavi's acceptance to form an interim government within Iran. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm certain you've all seen the videos doing the rounds now of Reza Pahlavi's acceptance speech. The one where he talks about the Iranian people having reached out to him and asked him to accept the position of interim leader of Iran and helping steer Iran towards its democratic future.
We have breaking news out of the Middle East. Reza Pahlavi, the crown prince of Iran, just made an extraordinarily important announcement about the future of Iran. Take a look.
The Iranian people have called on me to lead the transition after the regime is gone. I have accepted that responsibility. Part of their great mandate to me is to return our nation and our foreign relations to normalcy. I will do exactly that. My commitment is to ensure the transition is orderly, the country is stabilized, and Iranians determine their future through the ballot box. We will not repeat the mistakes of past transitions. We will avoid de-Baathification scenarios and maintain as many bureaucrats and public servants in transition as possible. Iranians have made their choice at an enormous price. Now I ask our friends in the Arab world to join us, to prepare to recognize and engage our transitional government. We will rebuild our nation not for expansion, but to serve the Iranian people. We will base our diplomatic relations not on exportation of ideology, but on mutual respect and shared interest. We will reintegrate into the regional and global economy to increase prosperity for the citizens of all of our nations. Standing with the Iranian people is not charity. It is a strategic investment in making our region one of the most stable, secure, and prosperous in the world. Together, we can build a Middle East our children will be proud to inherit. Take this new path with us.
Now, right off the bat, I think if you subscribe to this channel or you've been watching this channel or you know anything about me, for that matter, regarding my views on Iran, you will know that I think that this is an utter waste of time. I think this is an exercise in futility. And I think that Israel are putting their money on a muppet that is of no consequence to Iran. This man is Iranian only in name. He has virtually zero link to Iran, with the exception that his father, his late father, was the king of Iran, and that is as far as it goes. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This man has absolutely zero charisma. He's got as much charisma as you'd expect out of a plank of wood. You'd probably get a better response from a plank of wood or a piece of cardboard. But not only that, you've got a man that has, from everything I understand of Iran, I've very rarely heard him say anything or be in the spotlight for the people of Iran. It's like they've gone out and dug up a relic or a fossil that has some remote link to Iran and said, here, this is your opportunity, go forth, make it happen. Now, whilst I don't deny that the Israelis have probably good intentions for what they would like to see within Iran, because a stabilized Iran means less headaches for the state of Israel coming out of Iran. However, I think that this man is not the answer to that solution. I think it would be better for them to sit down with somebody within the current regime that is moderate or liberal that can be worked on towards democratizing that country and bringing it into the modern world. This man, I don't think he has the capability, the capacity. I don't think he has the understanding of what is required for that position. Now, he makes mention of the people of Iran have reached out to him. You know, 2 people from Iran reaching out to him, that's still the people of Iran reaching out to him. My point here is that Iran is made up of Baloch. Iran is made up of ethnic Persians who still practice Zoroastrianism. Iran is made up of those Persians that had converted to Shia Islam and abide by Shia Islam. Iran is made up of those people that are firm supporters of the current regime. You still have elites within the country, families, people within the country that are devoted to this regime because this regime is what sustains them financially. Iran is made up of Kurds. Iran is made up of a segment of Arabs. Iran is made up of Azerbaijanis. You've got different ethnicities. You've got every kind of people that are there in that region, and each of them has different aspirations. However, I think the one uniting factor across 99% of these people, excluding those that are loyal to the current regime simply because of the financial gain that they get from it. You know, India faced the same thing. You had Muslim rulers or families that had benefited immensely during the time of the Arab and Turkish invasions and subsequent, domination and subservience of the Indian people. You had these families that gained vastly. And, when the Arabs were driven out, when the Turks were driven out and they were supplanted by the British, these vassals that, would appease any master to gain at their own expense, they were forcefully converted to Islam. So there already you have a group of people that are prepared to sacrifice their values for some material gain. They then went on to use that as a strategic ploy to gain favor with the Arabs and the Turks. They then, being the cowardly, sneaky survivors that they are, went on to embrace the British and continued their lifestyle under the British. However, when they realized that the writing was on the wall and that India was now going to be given its independence, and they were unsure of what to expect, then looking at the one man, one vote system, they found that the Muslims were unequivocally misrepresented by numbers alone. So they decided to embark on this policy of breaking India up into Pakistan so that they could still maintain their selfish, lavish lifestyle at the expense of the people. Now you have these people within Iran as well that have, embraced this regime because they benefit from it. And that percentage of the population, no matter what you do, they will not be happy because it's an existential threat for them. They are going to lose. They are going to lose everything that they've sacrificed for. They've converted down their ancestry to Shia Islam from Zoroastrianism. So they've already thrown the towel in at that point. And they've subsequently become slaves to any master that was willing to provide for them. Now, they are going to fight to try and maintain that, and you will get a segment of that population that when they do realize that the game is up, they will still try and curry favor with the new administration. Why? Because they are survivors. They are survivors without integrity. So they will do anything as long as they are able to maintain some semblance of their financial and material life. What you need in Iran is somebody that is going to be able to unite all these people. And what 99% or 95% of these people will want is a good economy, good work opportunities, and a progressive Iran, one that has regained its pride. Because don't forget, they are an ancient civilization that are very proud. They have been subservient to Shia Islam for a very long time. and they are now looking to assert their identity. You need somebody that is strong, that is going to come in and play to those strengths. And that is why I suspect Donald Trump does not want Reza Pahlavi in. However, the fact that he's gone out and made this statement means that the Israelis have managed to convince the Americans that this is probably one of the only options left on the table. Again, I'm telling you, if this man does not have a strong force behind him to help prop him up, he's gone before his campaign even kicks off. But not only that, he is the figure that everybody is going to rally to, and he just doesn't have that. There is no myth, there is no aura built up around him. And the time to do that now is too late. You don't have enough time. This is now a situation that is unfolding right before your very eyes in real time. And that is why you need somebody that should have been established years ago. If the Israelis and the Americans wanted regime change in Iran this bad, then 20 years ago, 15 years ago, or indeed even 10 years ago, they needed to have building this man up to this crescendo. However, dumping him on the world stage now, I'm telling you, this guy is a moron. Just looking at him speak, he looks like somebody that can be walked all over. He is going into a region that has been governed by brutal force, by men that can sniff out weakness from a mile away. Do you know what the IRGC and what astute politicians and crafty negotiators in Iran will do to him? They will massacre him. He has absolutely no clue what he is getting into. He is the equivalent of sending a little tiny mouse into a den full of vipers and expecting that mouse to now control that den. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. The guy is a moron. His intellectual capacity looks like it is woefully deficient. So from my side, I don't think this man has an iota of a chance. But time will tell. Time will tell. I think the Americans are right in that they have a stronger chance pushing somebody from within. And I would say somebody like Abbas Arachi, because being the diplomat that he is, he's not coming from a military background. He's not there in military uniform. He's a civilian. So straight away it goes on to show the democratic aspect of that government. Getting him to now enforce the rules that the United States wants, I think send him to Venezuela, let him spend a month with Delcy Rodriguez. He'll come back a changed man and he'll be able to toe the line and do what is required. But I'm telling you, Reza Pahlavi is this kind of figure that looks like he's quite happy, taking money from people, being put up in hotels all around the world and enjoying an extravagant lifestyle. This man has got no sense of political fight within him. Trust me. He has no political skin in this game. So time will tell. I want to thank you for spending time with us. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Please remember to like, share and subscribe as it helps us with the algorithm and it helps our channel to grow.